Superintendent to come onto the dais to give the memento and medal. So please, sir.
This you try. That is coming. I will say. This you try. Now link second link I see. Then you click change. Link of picture. Your number is it? Tell him to correct.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, we are running short of time. Next lecture should complete within 30 minutes, sir. Otherwise, we cannot complete within time. Sir, Surendra Nehru, sir.
For the next session, I would like to invite Dr. Surendra Nehru, sir, Professor of Medicine.
Everybody says there is increasing obesity, there is increasing hypertension, there is increasing heart attacks, there is increasing diabetes in India, but nobody knows the missing link. What is the missing link? Is what I've been working on. As you can see, 5 questions our endocrinologist Dr. Sunil Joshi and our famous diabetologist Dr. Mohan has asked me. 5 questions he asked me. Already we know about diabetes, what you are going to tell me. I have already leading diabetologists of India. What are you going to tell me extra? That was the question they asked me. So the thing is, out of when already we know obesity, what extra you are going to tell to us? The thing is, in India and the world, we are measuring obesity as body mass index (BMI). In India, BMI will be a failure. Why? Because weight by height square, if you take, it will be 24 to 28. But if you take the waist circumference, anybody with waist circumference more than 85 centimeters or 33 inches is an independent risk factor for heart attack and diabetes and hypertension. This one point we are missing in India. Three missing links are First is we don't know how to define obesity. We are still defining obesity in the old model BMI. BMI will be always wrong in India because our upper and lower limbs are thin, but our waist circumference is high. So central obesity is very, very peculiar to rising countries like Malaysia, India, China, Thailand, all. But we are continuing the BMI of America or European countries, which doesn't fit to us. So first is we don't know how to define obesity. Second thing that he asked me, out of all 100 obese patients, only 35 will develop diabetes. Why are you worried about insulin? I said, okay, 35 are developing diabetes, 65 are metabolically healthy obesity. MHO, MUHO, two are there. Any obese patient with waist circumference more than 85 centimeters, every doctor must have a tape. If it is more than 33 inches or if the waist circumference more than 85, there are two categories: metabolically healthy obesity, metabolically unhealthy obesity. So only out of 135 only will develop diabetes. What will happen to 65? Here you can see it is not my value, this ICMR value, Indian government values. They are showing that they can present as hypertension, they can present as generalized obesity, they can present as abdominal obesity or dyslipidemia. So central obesity and dyslipidemia is what that is triggering diabetes. It is not diabetes, dyslipidemia. So this is a completely newer way. So two questions he asked me. Why you are checking insulin? Second is, only after 100 only 35 are developing diabetes. Why are you worried? If they may not develop, so lot of patients are landed in ICU with the HbA1c normal, blood sugar normal, but their triglycerides are high. So it can be pure lipotoxicity. Insulin resistance can present as completely only as a lipotoxicity, no glucotoxicity. Sometimes it can present only as glucotoxicity called diabetes. In some patients can present as glucolipotoxicity. So what is insulin resistance? Everybody knows that India is becoming obese day by day because of the carbohydrate diet that we are taking. When we are studied in medical college 30 years back, we were taught glucose. Even now we are teaching in physiology as glucose is looked after by insulin, protein by growth hormone, and lipids by lipase and other hormones. Now the change is insulin is one hormone which dictates both cholesterol, triglycerides, and glucose. So whenever you eat your masala dosa, your biryani, your shawarma, your cool drinks, thumbs up, beer, and all, still your blood sugar may be normal. What is happening? It is converting your sugar into fat and storing around the abdomen. So only waist circumference will be going up. How it happens is insulin has two roles. It not only controls sugar, it also stores your sugar into fat around the abdomen. This one point we are missing. So for Asian countries, this is very important. This is not only for one doctor. We are going to next 2040, we are going to reach 80 crores obese Indians. It will be more than USA, it will be more than Europe. So every specialist must understand insulin resistance. So it is not only about diabetes. Diabetes is only one segment of insulin resistance. What is insulin resistance is? Insulin is one hormone which dictates your energy. So not only looks after glucose, it has another arm which looks after the aging of your cell, your memory power of your brain. Dementia is now reversible, and it also looks after the fat metabolism and now cancers. So any diabetic patient with the cancer, if you do insulin levels are very high. So because of the 80 crore obesity that we are going to face, I want all specialties from all doctors should understand physiology of insulin, which we are not teaching in medical college. That's why I am interested to educate every doctor in every place. I am touring all the countries. And another thing is, there is originally only glycemic index was there. Food industry last 30 years has doing lot of mischief to us. They say mango has a 70 to 100 glycemic index, but whereas his mango ice cream has only 0 glycemic index. So mango ice cream is safer than mango. That is how we are being taught in the media indirectly, because even doctors don't know what is the glycemic index of 0 trans sugars, sugar-free tablets. They all contain glycemic index 0. Oil contains glycemic index 0. Protein like chicken and mutton will have 0 glycemic index. So one Andhra, one great person, one fellow, he has sold coconut oil 300 crores in 2 years. Daily he made 1 liter of coconut oil to drink. What his philosophy is, If you drink the coconut oil, glycemic index is 0, your sugar is 0, your fat will come down, your sugar will come down. He made 300 crores out of that. That is why, but the problem is, it is not the glycemic index, it is the insulin index. Now, new thing has come, glycemic index, insulin index, and glycemic load. So, our protein and oil will have 0 sugars. Just because oil has 0 sugar, it doesn't mean it's safe. We just can't go on taking oil later after later, and he started on keto diet with 40 kgs meat, 30 kgs chicken, and 2 liters of oil, he used to tell. And he became very famous. He made around 300 crores. He bought 2-3 channels already. He is the owner of 2 or 3 corporate setups. The thing is, later on, after 5 years, what we found, they all ended up in fatty liver and they all ended up in renal failure. Why? Because the insulin can be triggered only with any diet. It can be pure protein diet, it can be pure oil diet, it can be pure sugar diet. Third major change was in 2021, we came to know that egg is safe. How it happened was, for 30 years we used to tell, don't eat egg and don't eat ghee. They cause high cholesterol. But in 2021, what they found was, it is not the fat that is causing high heart attacks, it is the sugars that are causing the heart attack. So any sugar can be converted into triglycerides, it can be converted into LDL. So dyslipidemia, hypertriglyceridemia with euglycemia, with hyperinsulinemia, that is where I am focusing. It will be very difficult for you to understand immediately. Only thing is, whenever you take any ice cream and all, your sugar will be normal because your triglycerides will be going up. And India will be looking only after LDL, total cholesterol, and HDL, but we are not looking at triglycerides. So any triglycerides above 150 will be 10-15 years ahead. Before diabetes, the patient will get high triglycerides. So there is a large window, 20 years window is there. Gynecologist will see a sugar patient 30 years before. Any girl more than 18 years of age, if the waist circumference is more than 85 centimeter and she has some irregular menstrual cycle, this is a patient of PCOS, later on develops infertility, taking lot of drugs, gain weight and become pregnant, again gain weight, again she becomes obese and gestational diabetes. After 10 years she becomes full-blown diabetes. That is the reason why ortho surgeon sees 10 years ahead diabetes patient comes. This is insulin resistance, nothing but a signal from the insulin comes to your heart cell, your brain cell, your liver cell to function. If the gate is not open, then it's called resistance. What will happen with the resistance? More amount of insulin is produced. So what is your worry, doctor? They are telling. The worry is, in spite of all of us, our obesity rates are going sky high. Every year we are adding, and that to younger age group, they are becoming more obese. So this is slide I want every doctor to give me 1 minute of your lifetime. If you are 100 years you are living, give me 1 minute. Try to understand this one important slide. The point of, so this is the end of the diabetes or heart attack. This point I want to tell you, this is where we are looking. Till 85% of our pancreatic beta cells are destroyed, they are normal. So this is a very, very important slide. I want every doctor to forget about what we are taught in medical college. For 1 minute, you give me your lifetime. I will try to explain this. This is the most important point. We are all seeing it diabetes and heart attack patients. They are tip of the iceberg. 85% of the pancreatic beta cells are destroyed. Till then, HbA1c will be normal, blood sugar will be normal. So even if your blood sugar is normal, if your HbA1c is normal, if your beta cells are destroyed, till 85% they are normal. That is where we are missing HbA1c and blood sugar. So there is a window of 15 years. First the triglycerides will go up. Later on they will have a change in the lipids with normal sugar levels because of the insulin resistance. So fasting insulin into fasting blood sugar divided by 405 is called HOMA. So in a patient who comes to you with 140 blood sugar or 160 blood sugar, what you will do, immediately you will start a metformin 500 mg, or if it doesn't work, 1000 milligrams. After that, 6 months again you will come back, again you will start 1500. Again you will come back, you will add 1000 morning, 1000 evening. Then another doctor will start 2 drug regimen like Lumifred, metformin. By doing this, what will happen? Your blood sugar will come down from 150 to 90, but you are pumping more insulin into the body. Because of that, as you multiply, you can take the calculator, all of you kindly take the calculator, multiply, first you take the blood sugar 150, take the calculator. So fasting blood sugar is 150, he gave to you, you are taking, your double measure, fasting blood sugar is more than 120 as diabetes. So 150 into insulin is only 5, divided by 405. How much is the value? His random blood sugar is more than 350, his fasting blood sugar is 150, but his insulin is only 5. So normal insulin levels are 2 to 8 international units is not can be taken. 2 to 23 is given in the book. What is the value? 5 into 150 divided by 405. 1.8. So anything below 2 is called as less amount of insulin resistance. Now you have added, because it is having 150 fasting blood sugar and random blood sugar is 350, you added glimepiride metformin. Next month he came to you, his sugar is only 90, but the insulin is gone to 50. Now you multiply 90 into 50 divided by 405. How much is the value? 90 blood sugar has come back, he is very happy, you control his sugar, but his insulin from 5 it has gone to 50. How much? No, 50 into 50 insulin into 90, 4,511.5. So can you understand this? From 1 insulin resistance, you have gone up to 11. How it will happen? The waist circumference of the individual go up. The more you become obese, the more the drugs you pump, the more the insulin levels go up. Artificially, the sugar appears to be coming down, but you are making the patient obese. At one day, what will happen? All the beta cells will get exhausted. Beta cells can't pump the insulin, then the sugar will go to 500. Then what you will say? No, drugs are not active, you have to start insulin. So once you start insulin, what will happen? Again, his waist circumference will go up because insulin is a lipogenic hormone. So what I want to tell you is, all the drugs that we are giving are insulotropic drugs. We are pumping insulin into the body. The more you pump insulin into the body, more the fat around the abdomen. So just don't look at a fasting blood sugar, but you have to also look at insulin also. If you don't take insulin and if you only see the fasting blood sugar, and one day the patient will land up with insulin dependent diabetes. So we are pushing every patient from non-insulin dependent to insulin dependent by exhausting the beta cells. This is what we are doing throughout our lifetime. So these are fasting insulin. As soon as any patient comes to you in diabetes, there is nothing like type 1, type 2, MODY, LADA and all. Only the beta cells are there or not. Are they producing good insulin or not? Third is insulin is produced, is working or not. Resistance is if insulin is not working. Why it is not working? There is fat around the abdomen. This fat causes obstruction for the insulin to work. So fasting insulin to fasting blood sugar. So somebody is taking a beer or rum in the night and his blood sugar is normal. He thinks he is very intelligent. My sugar is normal. I am taking rum and gin in the night, and morning I am taking insulin. In the evening I am taking insulin. My blood sugar is under control. What is your problem, Negro? What is your problem? Why you are worried? This insulin, as you are pumping, pushing more and more, it causes more fat around the abdomen. As the triglycerides more, they get converted to LDL, and one day they cause atherosclerosis. So any patient with obesity, with waist circumference more than 85 centimeters, especially in women more than the age of 35, slowly if there is memory loss and all, you have to think as soon as the waist circumference comes down, the memory regain. So dementia is nothing, daytime sleepiness, sleep apnea syndrome, they are all causing increased insulin resistance. Whenever the sleep patterns are coming normal, they immediately became normal, their memory power improved, their sugar has improved. For sleep apnea syndrome, we are unnecessarily pumping glimepiride tablet, metformin tablet, pioglitazone we are dumping, we are adding metformin 1000 milligrams, evening 2000, and also adding insulin. And we are nowadays we are adding gliptin and also we are adding SGLT inhibitors. But now polypharmacy has become a favorite. Cardiologist 5 drugs, diabetologist 5 drugs, neurologist 5 drugs. Out of the 25 tablets he is taking, all these drugs, the problem with India is already we have very small muscle mass. Entire human race, people with lowest muscle mass is India. Out of that, from 20 to 50, we are not exercising because of our economic pressure. We are sitting and working. So zero muscle. By 50 years, we are all having zero muscle. The less the muscle that is there, and the more the drugs is pumped, what will happen? You are producing sarcopenic obesity. So we have every patient of diabetes, you have to measure whether the muscle is there or not. We don't have a method to measure the muscle mass. So 3 points I want to tell you. Any doctor should not eat after 7 p.m. 7 p.m. should be a last dinner. Whether you are a diabetic or heart patient or you are healthy, you may be Bahubali, but still after 7 p.m. you should not eat. Second is everybody should walk 10,000 steps. You may be a biggest doctor on earth, but what all you walk in the hospital is zero. You may be cleaning your house. What all you do in the house is zero. Again, you have to come back and walk 10,000 steps. Every day throughout your life, everybody, as long as you are on the planet Earth, must walk 10,000 steps. So 10,000 steps is compulsory, and 7 p.m. should be the last dinner. If you are going to a clinic, eat and go. You can earn in the night, but you can't eat in the night. So it is not the money in the bank that counts, it is the insulin in your tank that counts. If you exhaust your insulin by 50 years, you will become dependent on drugs, and later on you will be dependent on insulin injection. So whenever I talk insulin, people think insulin injection. It is not injection. It is our own body produces insulin. So 3 points which we are not taught in medical college are: first is insulin metabolism we are not teaching properly. Second is this obesity is not linked to insulin resistance. Third is we are not linking coronary artery disease to insulin resistance. This is where we are missing. So dyslipidemia, any patient with the triglycerides kindly check 10-15 years ahead, you will develop before we develop diabetes. So ortho surgeon sees the patient 10 years before the knee joint gets destroyed, the knee joint will develop osteoarthritis. Any female above the age of 30 years, if the knee pain is there, she will become obese. After hysterectomy, they gain weight. Same female after 10 years, they are becoming diabetic. And then they cannot walk because already knee joint is destroyed. This slide is very, very important. I want to tell you. After taking diet, after taking exercise, after taking medicine, after taking insulin, still the blood sugars are high because glucagon is very high. This slide is very, very important. Unfortunately, in India, every doctor writes only 3 tests: fasting blood sugar, random blood sugar, HbA1c. We are not looking at insulin. We are not looking at adiponectin. We are not looking at glucagon. So many hormones are there which have worked against the sugar. So if the glucagon levels are high, till the end your sugar levels will be very high. So it's not that only insulin you have to look at. Alpha, there is no pancreatic beta cells. So beta cells are getting destroyed. Your insulin levels are coming down, but till the end glucagon will be there. So sarcopenic obesity is very important. If you can do a DEXA scan or BIA, which is 900 rupees, you can make out who is having a sarcopenic obesity. So I am stopping here. I want everybody to ask me a doubt. This is most important. It's triglyceride to glucose index. In centers where insulin test is not available, you can simply do a triglyceride test. Kindly take your calculator, fasting triglyceride into fasting blood sugar divided by 2. You put a logging calculator. If it is more than 4.5, it indicates you are producing more triglycerides than sugar. Triglyceride to glucose index is one new test which has come out in Hong Kong and Thailand. They are doing, which is proved to be very high levels are directly linked to coronary artery disease. So triglyceride to glucose index is we are not doing in India. Very cheap test. Lipid profile you can do for 800 rupees. For a fasting blood sugar you can do for 100 rupees. So fasting triglyceride into fasting blood sugar divided by logging calculator. You kindly take your mobile, go for online TYG index calculator. Kindly Google it. TYG index calculator. Kindly take your mobile phone, go to Google, type TYG. Open your Google Chrome, type TYG index, INDEX, index calculator. Online it is there, freely it is available. Is it coming? Kindly go to Google, open TYG index calculator. Online it is there, online. Is it opening? Then you put now. Now the patient came with the blood sugar is only 90, so he thinks he is not diabetic. but his triglycerides are 300. So 300, you put triglycerides, you put fasting blood sugar 90, put a login calculator divided by 2, it will come more than 4.5 indicates insulin resistance. These patients, they are all developing fatty liver. So entire my thesis of workout 10 years is waist circumference. Anybody with 1 rupee tape, you can tell they are metabolically fit or not. If the waist circumference is more than 33 inches, it is an independent risk factor for heart attack and diabetes. How much is the value? Triglyceride is 300, fasting blood sugar is 90, it is 5 point. So anything above 4.5 indicates triglyceride to glucose index is high. It is called insulin resistance. Very cheap test which is available in everywhere you can do, which indicates that your insulin, your liver is not resisting to the insulin. So triglyceride to glucose index. These patients, if you do ultrasound, they will have fatty liver. So radiologist will see 20 years before you become a diabetic. Gastroenterologist sees 15 years ahead the patient becomes diabetic. There is a large window. Orthopedic surgeon will see 10 years before the patient becomes diabetic. Cardiologist will see 5 years before the patient becomes diabetic. So we need not wait till diabetes to happen, till your beta cells are exhausted. Why do you want to wait? Why can't we make it early? So there are a number of early indicators, early markers. Lot of technology has changed. My name is Dr. M. Suryanand Nehru. My number is 99637219999. Can you take my number 99637219999? I started Quick India Diabetes and Obesity. My YouTube channel is HOMA Suryanand Nehru. You can go to the HOMA Suryanand Nehru. YouTube, you'll see a lot of videos, and my channel is website is www.homahealthcarecenter.in. HOMA means homeostasis model of insulin resistance, fasting insulin to fasting blood sugar divided by 405. With more than 2, it indicates your insulin resistance. So these people, they can present only as breast cancer, they can present only as fatty liver, they can present only as coronary artery disease, they can present as diabetes. So one diabetic patient I have seen developing cancer, breast cancer, developing coronary artery disease, and finally ended up in a CKD. So one female patient, if you follow, they are developing all kinds of complications, but nobody is doing insulin test. High insulin resistance in a diabetic patient, first you treat your insulin is not increasing the drugs. How you will reduce? 7 p.m. last dinner and 10,000 steps you have to walk, by 9:30 you have to sleep. These three you have to take, and fiber should be 500 grams. And unfortunately, our idli, vada, dosa and our biryani and all will have only 1 gram of fiber. So 500 fiber you have to increase. Thank you. I want audience to doubts.
For the new insights of insulin resistance and glycemic index. Any questions? This is very interesting topic.
This is one important type. Sorry, sir, I want to tell you. This is morning when you get up. This is the insulin sensitivity. With 4 units of insulin, what all you eat, your glucose will go to your muscle. What is resistance? Your muscle should accept your sugar. By afternoon, already you have eaten breakfast, idli, vada, dosa. At 12 o'clock, you will be eating chicken curry, white rice, and one roti. By that time, 50% your muscle will not take your sugar. By evening, you come back, take one tea and samosa, come back to home. Again at home, they think you are working very hard, so they will give you one more tea and biscuit. And 8 p.m. you will have mutton biryani, chicken biryani, and 2 roti. Somebody are very healthy. They think they eat morning rice and evening roti. Actually, roti is more dangerous than rice. And evening 2 roti they will eat, and chicken curry and mutton curry. And friends will come, they will take you to your dinner. There again you will have one beer and gin. And evening while coming back for the sake of family, you will take one mango ice cream or forest ice cream or double sundae. By the time you see here, everybody is a diabetic by after 10 p.m. That is why after 7 you should not eat. What is this service? The more you resistance you need, the more you need insulin to pump into the to make you normal glycemic. One day your beta cells are exhausted, then you are called as diabetes. So you need not wait till your 85% of your beta cells are destroyed. I'm working only on beta cells, not on diabetes. I want to regenerate our beta cells. That way I am bringing lot of patients out of insulin and number of tablets. Thank you.
Congratulations for your excellent depth of knowledge given on obesity. I want to make it clear to all our friends some of the golden principles given by our scientists. Ideal body weight and isocaloric diet. The great Osler says, the man who eats more, he digs his own grave with his teeth. If the size of the belt decreases, the longevity decreases, lifespan decreases. So, type 2 diabetes, the hallmark is insulin resistance. This is largely contributed by triglycerides. So, triglycerides lead to insulin resistance, converting to free fatty acids, which lead to insulin resistance. So, how to tackle insulin resistance? All of us have forgotten about obesity. That is the key factor in the etiology of so many diseases. If it causes diabetes, say more than 35, 40, how to treat it? That is a different issue. One, diabetes, if we develop diabetes, and this leads to coronary artery syndrome, coronary heart disease, so cardiac problems. So the value of increasing triglycerides is already explained. Third, it leads to cancers. So three problems we have to face: diabetes, um, plus coronary artery disease. Third is cancers, some major cancers. Apart from this, the one problem going to develop is it also affects the liver, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Nowadays, the term is changed. We call it as metabolically active fatty liver disease. This leads again to fibrosis, cirrhosis, and hepatocellular carcinoma. So many problems, as you said, try to change your lifestyle. That is one simple word, but which we don't follow. Nowadays, the lifestyle change means, I tell you funnily, you are asked to take plenty of water and buttermilk every day, diabetics, more than 2 liters. But what we are taking instead of water, you remember that song? Tisco Coca-Cola, Yesco Ramusara. That is the tradition today. And junk food. He has given you so many articles how people are taking. Junk food, so-called your pizzas, burgers, KFC, whatnot, all ice creams, chips, everything. This all adds to the problem. Then you are supposed to walk 10,000 feet a day. But elderly people like us who develop some osteoarthritis problem and all, we cannot make 10,000 steps. But the golden rule is of eating, you walk for, they call it Setapavadi. At least 100 feet you walk. After food you walk 10 minutes to 15 minutes. But most important is morning exposure to sunlight for 30 minutes. It will take you a long way in your life. That is very, very important.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
We request Dr. Bhatti Kumar Reddy, sir. We are running short of 1 hour. No, you can ask the next time. Bhatti Kumar Reddy, sir, who is retired superintendent RDS, will give the memento and medals to the speaker and chairperson.
Thank you, sir. Next session is by Dr. Smita, MD DNP, FRCR, Yashoda Hospital, Hyderabad. The session is on transforming radiation oncology, advances in MR-Linac technology for precise cancer therapy. The session is chaired by Dr. Prakash, Director of State Cancer Hospital and HOD of Radiation Oncology Department, KMC Kannur, and Dr. Uma Mahesha Reddy, MD Radiotherapy, Associate Professor, KMC Kannur. Dr. Smita has done her MBBS from Usmania Medical College and MD Radiation Oncology from Hyderabad and cleared FRCR in 2017 from Royal College Radiology in London. Ma'am is now working as Senior Consultant Radiologist, Radio Oncology and Clinical Director at Yashoda Hospital, High Tech City. Ma'am has received multiple awards and which includes the Indira Pradarshini Award, Young Doctor Award. We look forward for the session. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present on behalf of Yashoda Hospital about this latest piece of technology we have. Kannur has always been coming back home. I was born in this hospital. Family uncle is there with me. My dad was dad's colleague, uncle's colleague, and both of them studied in this hospital, and I was born here. Majority of my childhood was spent here, although I have so, radiation therapy has seen a lot of advances in the recent past. I'll not go into details of all those things in the interest